All right, Shalom Israel. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rachaha Kwadash. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and sincerity while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return. And as always, double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. And as you see in the title, the scapegoater is on the move. Be ready to be scapegoated. Now, in this video, I'm going to be going into the term scapegoat and what it means and how it applies to Esau. Because for years, and not just years, but generations, these devils have been plotting on us. They've been doing things behind the scenes and have been putting the blame on us for particular matters or scenarios of things which they have done before in the past, in order to demonize us, in order to give us a bad outlook upon society, so we could be attacked, preyed upon. And there's nothing new under the sun. Esau have done this to us before in the past, and he's going to do it again. So I'm going to play this video right here, which was done by the beloved brother Yashawamba from the Dallas camp, and continue from there.
You hear, O forebear, it's there. We've answered your questions. So Christians, make them break down the book of Revelation. Make them break down Daniel 7. Go into prophecy with the Christians, man. They haven't went into these prophecies. The Israelites are doing that. You see? The Israelites are the ones going into the scrolls, man. Going into these precepts. And now the Christians are, everybody's in an uproar and all scared. Simply behind, the Israelites are raising and just preaching the truth on the highways and the byways. That has the world in an uproar. And they're doing everything that they can to link us, all right, to terror, to domestic terror. That's what's coming. In particular camps are going to aid in forwarding that, whether they just be simple, okay, no true leadership, horrible war tactics as we're behind enemy's lines. Okay, you can be as bold as you want. In the sense of, we are bold in the sense of preaching the word. We go out highways and the byways. We don't break from the doctrine. We're approaching the throne boldly, going out on the highways and the byways, standing before the face of such as have afflicted us. All right, but you still have to operate and maneuver with wisdom. And we're going to get into a few things in this new.
So, as he stated in this video, Esau is going to be planting things and basically trying to put the blame on us, okay, in which that would make Esau what? A scapegoater. So we look up the word scapegoat because sometimes or oftentimes we'll see the word scapegoat but not know what it means. So I'm going to look it up for you, okay? Scapegoat, noun, right? It says a person who is blamed for the wrongdoings, mistakes, or faults of others, especially for reasons of for reasons of expediency. From this word, we have the word scapegoater, which means scapegoater, one that makes a scapegoat of something or someone. And Esau is indeed the scapegoater. Okay, now some examples of wrongdoings would be what? Terror attacks, which was planted by the government, but then the blame was put on the Arabs, so the United States could have a reason to go into Iraq, Afghanistan. Okay, so some of these different Arabian countries. But you see, in order for the U.S. government to carry out 9/11, they not only needed a reason to go to war with Iraq, to put who they deemed as a traitor, Osama bin Laden, to death, but also to get the oil. Okay, because they saw that those Arabian countries were rich in oil, and now what you have the United Arabian Emirates, and that's all centered around the United States and Ishmael working together, basically getting oil and or whatnot. So the U.S. can continue to get oil from those Iraqi countries. So you could say, in a sense, that the United States basically forced themselves upon those Arabian countries. Now you got you had Mo's walking around down there. Women wearing pants, head uncovered, out of line. Women getting authority, power. You got men who have been effeminized. They got GMO foods down there, and ultimately they're teaching people rebellion. Which the Ishmaelites, the Arabian customs are rebellion too. But it's like, like Esau just went in there and literally forced his democracy down their throat. So the point is that in order for the U.S. government to conduct 9/11, they needed a scapegoat. They needed to put the blame on somebody. And indeed, 9/11 was planned so they could have a reason to go to war against those Arabian countries. Okay, so this time, right, when there's another event, which when we say event or series of events, we're referring to terror attacks, which will be carried out by, well, you guessed it, no other than the government itself, who will then put the blame on other groups, or they will use particular people or a particular group or organization of people as a scapegoat, so they can have a justifiable reason to take action to detain certain of us, arrest certain of us, put certain of us into prisons such as FEMA camps, where some of us will be dressed in orange jumpsuits, black bag above around our head, arms tied behind our back. Okay. Which ultimately will all be fulfilling biblical prophecy. So a scapegoater is somebody who does something wrong or creates a fault, but then puts the blame on you. And as you can see, I looked that up on Google earlier. What is it called when somebody does something wrong, but then puts the blame on you? in which when you plant a terrorist attack, right, that's wrong. Because here it is, you putting terror upon your own people as if that wasn't bad enough, right? But then you're going to turn around and use somebody else as a scapegoat and say they did it, which is why the scriptures call these people the Edomites, starting with the so-called elites. These are your biblical Edomites. Starting with the so-called elites who call themselves Rothschilds and Rockefellers, trickling down to the rest of their nation, the people. These are the biblical Edomites. And the so-called elites who call themselves Rothschilds and Rockefellers, they're the ones ruling the earth today in wickedness. And you better best believe that they're the ones responsible for these different events or major events which have happened here in America before in the past. But then they used somebody else as a scapegoat to say, no. He's the boogeyman. He did it. So we're in those times. Okay. Well, we're living in a time where something big can happen at any moment. And then whether if it's the Palestinians they use as a scapegoat, or whether if it's the so-called Black Hebrew Israelites. And the reason why we say so-called Black Hebrew Israelites is because there's no such thing as a Black Hebrew Israelite or a white Hebrew Israelite. You're not going to find Black Hebrew Israelite or white Hebrew Israelite in the Holy Scriptures, but you will find Hebrew Israelites, which are the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Indians. Okay, according to biblical prophecy, the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Indians are the true biblical Israelites. Okay. See, Bible. And ye shall be brought before, governors, because you see a terrorist attack being conducted upon a country, that's a major criminal offense. So when they do conduct these different events, or series of events, and then they start trying to tie the so-called Black Hebrew Israelites to it, right? Then know that we're in those times, okay? And there's been a lot of things happening in the news, especially amongst the JEW community. Okay, like this gutter rat woman who got stabbed up. Okay, is in the news. Okay, a Amalekite woman got stabbed up because you people in the land of Israel, calling yourselves Israelis, you're calling yourselves Jewish. Okay, you're not the real Jews. According to the Holy Scriptures, y'all are descendants of Esau. Y'all come from the line of Amalek. Okay, and Amalek was a descendant of Esau. So whenever I say Amalekite or Amalek, I'm speaking of you people living in the land of Israel, claiming to be Jewish, and you're not. Your line goes back to Amalek, a descendant of Esau. Okay, Matthew 10, verse 18. Okay, these are the words of Yahushai, okay, in which Yahushai if he was Yahushai is the true name of who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. And if he was walking the earth today, he would look like a so-called black man. Okay. As the Holy Scriptures describe him as a so-called black man. Talking about how he physically looks. Okay. He looks like a so-called black person. He has white woolly hair, dark skin, and he had red eyes. And the reason why his eyes were red was because he was a wine bibber. But these are his words. And his true name is Yahushai, which Yahushai is a Paleo Hebrew name. So that is the true name of the Messiah and of our Lord and Savior, Yahushai. Okay. So Matthew 10, verse 18. And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. But in order, okay, you see that? You see that? So certain of us, like it says in Revelation, which I'm gonna get that in the book of Revelation, the 2nd chapter, I believe it's 2 and 10. Okay, literally, some of us is going to be brought before governors and kings. Because, again, a terrorist attack being conducted upon a country is a major offense. You know, that's something that, presidents, mayors, governors, high-ranking officials, these are the type of people you'll be seeing in court, when you're being blamed for something like a terrorist attack. Okay. So it says, and ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. Right. Yeah. Certain of us, they're going to be questioning. They're going to be questioning our teachings, what we were saying out on the highways and hedges. Please explain yourself, da 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 da. But guess what? You're going to tell them everything that the Holy Scriptures say. Just like Palate. Just like Yahushai, when that wicked ass Israelite, lied on Yahushai and said he I forgot what it was. I know dude said that Yahushai said that the temple, Yahushua was gonna build the temple in 3 days after it had been destroyed, which that wicked Israelite did not have any understanding of what Yahushua was talking about. But there was another one, and basically Yahushua's response was, "Thou hast said." So. Now we don't know what we're going to say if we're standing before a judge or a high-ranking magistrate, when we're questioned, because Yahushua even said it himself. Take no thought what ye shall answer or what ye shall say, for it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall say, But I know they're going to be questioning us and the doctrine. And we're going to just be speaking the truth, man. Esau's going to be a slave in the kingdom of heaven. He's got to pay for his crimes, all the crimes he's committed from the time he rose up as the Greeks, from all the way up until now. Okay, all the way up to the dark ages, when they was releasing all them plagues and viruses on our people. When they came over here to the Americas and they plagued our people with viruses, diseases, gave them blankets laced with smallpox, gave our people lice, Derby's dose, slavery. Esau got to pay for all that, man. I forgot the name of that game, but the beloved brother Amawan Ibad did a video on it. It was basically about a Israelite man would have on black makeup on his face and he would have on some red lipstick. I think it was called African Dodger, something like that, yeah, Esau got to pay for that, man. All the atrocities they committed after slavery was so-called abolished, which it wasn't abolished, it was emancipated. You know, how they was tying Jake to the back of trucks, dragging him through the streets and shit until the skin came off his back. And basically they was still dragging him to his death. You know, Emmett Till. Okay, Michael Brown. I'm not talking about Mike Brown that got they got shot by that one police officer, or Trayvon Martin, or whoever that guy was that Zimmerman killed. Was Zimmerman? He's a tear. Okay, so he's gonna be a slave in the kingdom. His dad is an Amalekite, but you know, Esau got to pay for all them crimes, and not just Esau, the heathens. Okay, and we got scriptures to back it up, like Jeremiah 30:16. All they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them shall go into captivity. You know, there's many scriptures, but anyways, like Yahushua said, we're not going to take thought on how we're going to answer when we're questioned. Okay, so we're going to be brought before governors and kings for Yahushua's sake, right? But Esau is going to need some kind of legitimate reason for moving on us, you see, and that's where these planted agents come in. You know, Esau got agents planted amongst particular camps. We don't know who they are, but inevitably they're going to be exposed. Okay. You know, that's what the planting amongst these camps are about. We see all these protests and riots going on between the Palestinians, right? And in this video that the beloved brother Yashawamba was doing, you can clearly see Esau trying to link some way, somehow. He's trying to link the Palestinian to the Hebrew Israelites. Okay. So again, Esau's trying to find a way to create a scapegoat. Okay. He's trying to find a way. And this is nothing new. Nero. Okay. When Nero burnt down Rome, who did Nero use as a scapegoat? You know, for what he did. He put the blame on the Christians. Okay, the followers of Yahushua. Okay, they were blamed. And guess what? That was a terrible moment. Because at around that time, followers of Yahushua was being persecuted. Some of them were being crucified. You know, it was illegal to read out of the Bible in Rome. You know, a lot of things happened when Nero burnt down Rome and put the blame on the followers of Yahushua. And really, I don't like using that word Christian. You know, I really don't like using that word. I prefer, you know, follower of Yahushua, worshiper, believer of Yahushua. I prefer that. But, you know, you got these little events here and there where, you know, you got, you know, so-called, you know, JEWISH communities, you know, being targeted, here and there. You got JEWs being attacked. You see? So Esau is trying to creep up with these scapegoating movements. Okay? And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. Okay. Let me read Matthew 10, verse 17. Matthew 10 to 17. But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. You see? They will scourge you. Okay, and ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak. For it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you. Okay. And then, this goes into, agents. You got guys in this truth. You think they're your brother, but they're not your brother, okay? And the brother shall deliver up the brother to death. That also includes your biological brother. He may not be in the truth, but you might live with him. And he might see a bounty out for $50,000 for you. A nigga would turn into a traitor overnight over some money. Okay, so you gotta watch who the fuck you keep company with, man, because just because you live with somebody doesn't mean they're with what you believe in. Okay. So it says that a brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child, and the children shall rise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death. Okay? And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. Okay, and it's we can see that. We're getting all kind of hate. We got all kind of scoffers and mockers coming up against us. People questioning us on our comment boards. People flagging our videos, And ultimately, it all goes back to they hate us, okay? They hate us. That's why our channels are getting, which it don't matter if our channels get removed, new ones will just keep popping up, okay? Because let me tell you something about water. It may start off as a whole entire orb, but if you hit it, it's going to burst into many different particles. And if you keep hitting it, it's going to keep bursting into many different particles. So it doesn't matter how many times you attack water, it keeps multiplying. Okay, you take down one channel, and guess what? More channels, it's going to pop up. You take down one channel, 2 channels will pop up. You take down 2 channels, 4 channels will pop up. You take down 4 channels, 8 channels will pop up, and vice versa, and so forth. Well, not vice versa, but you take down 4 channels and 8 channels will pop up, and so forth. No matter how many times you attack water, it's going to keep bursting into other particles of water. Oh, well, we can always evaporate it. You can't evaporate this water because this water is everlasting. Okay, but it says, ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. So, we're going to be hated because it is truth, because we're preaching the gospel. But another reason why we're going to be hated is because Esau is going to do something, and it might cost the lives of some actual people, but then he might hire crisis actors, just like he did with 9/11, You had crisis actors pretending like they was on the plane and shit, talking about, da 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 da, and so forth, right? Talking about, I love you, son, and these are my final moments, and so when you do your research on 9/11, you'll really come to find out that no planes were really involved in that whole, them towers going down. Them towers went down in a demolition like fashion. So what do you think I'm saying? Read between the lines. But yeah, the planes that you seen on TV were all CGI, computer graphic intelligence. They weren't real. They were created to look real. But if you pay close attention to the video, you can see that them planes weren't real. But you see, Esau's going to do something that's going to get the general public's attention against us. And it's going to cause them to hate the Hebrew Israelites. See, right now, the fire is on the Palestinians. But you see, Esau's trying to get everybody to hate the Hebrew Israelites. And that whole thing with Watchmen for Israel could have been a setup. Them going out there and, provoking those protesters. Just so Esau can put the Hebrew Israelites in the news and be like, look, they were doing this, they were doing that. Now they're trying to get the Palestinians to come after us. So, hey, but you know what? It's all prophecy. Okay? But when they persecute you in this city, flee ye into another. Right? Because this truth is not about trying to be some tough guy. Yahushua said, be ye wise as serpents and harmless as doves. A serpent, when he is swithling through the grass, he's moving about accordingly. He's not moving around all reckless. No, snakes are very careful with their movements, especially when they're moving in that tall grass. But when they persecute you in this city, flee ye into another. For verily I say unto you, ye shall not have gone over the cities of Israel till the Son of Man be come. Okay? The disciple is not above his master, nor the servant above his Lord. Okay? It is enough for the disciple that he be as his master and that the servant as his Lord. If they have called the master of the house Beelzebub, how much more shall they call them of his household? So if they call Yahushua Beelzebub, right, then it's a light thing for somebody to call the Hebrew Israelites terrorists, right? So that time is coming. And what time is that? The time of persecution is fastly approaching. So watch as well as pray, for such an hour Yahushua cometh, that you think not. With that, I'm going to say, Shalom is on to the next one.